Hey everybody, it's Qcknd, and today I am so happy to bring you this episode of Tattoo Talk Tuesday. If it is your very first time joining us, Tattoo Talk Tuesday is our weekly interactive talk show where I take user-submitted tattoo questions and lend my experience as a tattoo collector to you guys via this talk show? Talk show. Today, I am so happy to tell you that yesterday was the final session on my back tattoo. If you are just tuning in for this final episode, I don't blame you because I am so excited to tell you guys that my back piece is finished. Finished. Obviously down the line, some stuff is going to be added to my back, but much further down my back, closer to my butt, because my tattoo doesn't go really onto my butt like that. But I'd love to tell you all about my experience yesterday and of course show you some pics. So yesterday I went to New York City. I get tattooed at Rose Tattoo by Mark Cross, and I went there not necessarily knowing if it was my final session or not, but I went there still pretty excited. I got a couple comments on some of my pictures recently that was like, hey, what's up with your back tattoo? Is it finished? And that was just due to some scheduling stuff on my end and then Mark's end. It's kind of hard. I only have like 1 day a week that I can kind of play around. And even then, I am a stylist apprentice, and Mondays the salon I work at does classes. So it's usually really hard. It only gives me like a 6-hour window to travel to New York, get tattooed, come home from New York, get to Philly, go to the class. It's pretty stressful, and it's pretty hard to get two busy people to find 6 hours out of the month for worlds to collide. The first time I actually just bought the wrong bus tickets, and I felt so stupid. But regardless, after a little bit of back and forth, we took like a month between, maybe 2 months before we finished the back tattoo. And that is honestly the curse of the back tattoo. Waiting too long in between sessions can really be a total killer of your back tattoo. So if you are watching these videos for advice because you are planning your full back tattoo, my best advice to you is to schedule your appointment. Pull your calendar out, look at it, schedule it. My back tattoo started April 1st and it was finished October 3rd. So in that time, we definitely did like every 6 weeks, and I think this was 5 sessions total. I actually don't know. I have to look on my YouTube to see how many of these videos I made, but I think this is the 5th one, so I think I had 5 sessions total, with 1 being lining, 2 being shading, and then 3 being color. And I'm sorry, there's like, I like kissed my cat earlier, so there's just hair on my face. And I would say in between there, I mean, you guys followed this journey along with me. The lining obviously was really difficult, but there were times in between which little variables made getting tattooed pretty hard. There was one time where I just had some like weird food that didn't agree with me, and I had a headache, and it made me feel really weak. And I would say if you're planning a back tattoo, it is very consuming. Like, it's a very physical thing. Your back is the entirety of your fucking body. It is so central to your body, but you'll find that your back tattoo heals really quickly. Like, as much as I wanted to like loaf around the house all week, my back is tattooed. Honestly, around the 3rd day, I was like, oh, it's done. Is anyone still paying attention to me? Because it's healed. That is because, I mean, I have a video all about this, about like pain locations on your body, where they are relative to where they are on your body. And I always say the more central your tattoo is, the more it hurts, but the faster it heals. So healing this tattoo has been a pleasure throughout. And even yesterday when I got to Rose tattoo, Mark said that all of the color from our previous session healed really well. There wasn't any fallout. He didn't have to go over anything with like any previous color. He did not have to touch up, including the black. I was talking to their shop receptionist, shop hand, and he said that there's definitely been like a guy who had to get all of his black redone. And I asked, I was like, is that because of lifestyle? Is that because of diet? And there's just some people who, you know, have a lot of fallout or don't take care of their tattoos, or maybe it's just genetics. Who knows? But me, everything worked out really well. You guys know I'm pretty meticulous about how I heal, so I think all of those efforts always do yield reward. And that was, I didn't have to sit through any more shading, any more black shading. Well, that's not true. So I got to Rose, and we probably like bullshitted for like 45 minutes. I haven't seen Mark in a while. And then we got to tattooing. Mark pulled out about 4 or 5 colors. This was really unique to just this session. There was a lot of like little detailing that Mark applied to this tattoo. And he had painted this tattoo before, but the painting is a lot different than the tattoo I ended up with, which is really exciting to me. So there was a lot of detailing and little things that I felt him figuring out as he went along, and that's really exciting to me. I can see that being a little overwhelming to some people, because some people want to see what they're getting and then they want to get it. I was talking again to the shop hand about this, and he put it really interestingly. Like, I wish I would have said this. The way he said it made so much sense. And he said, you know, if you're an art director and you want to direct and control every aspect of your tattoo, then it really combines the tattoo into one thing. But he said, if you're open with your tattoo, you're going to get the best tattoo possible. And I think that that is really, really cool. You know, if you allow as much artistic direction from the artist as possible, I think you're going to receive something better overall. That's what he said. I felt really comfortable about that because I always just go, yeah, Mark. So I felt him, and this was really interesting. He was dipping the the tattoo machine in the ink, and then without, you know, stepping on the pedal, turning it on, I felt him taking ink and almost painting like a paintbrush. Little lines, looking at it, wiping it off, painting it again, looking at it, wiping it off, and then, you know, turning on the machine and applying that line physically, tattooing that line. And I thought that was so interesting that he was looking at it and then trying out little things with the ink, wiping it off, and then deciding what to do. And I thought that planning was so awesome. And they were even like, hey, do you want us to take down the painting so you could look at it? And he was like, no, like, it's okay. A little Ethan wanted to come inside. Thanks for knocking on the door, baby. And I thought that was cool, you know, he didn't like hold up a mirror for me and be like, do you like this line? He just took his own artistic approach on it, because honestly, it's his piece. Ethan, all right, you can't just come in here. That was something that was really unique to this experience and not other sessions, because this was the final session and the final detailing and all the final lines. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, this session hurt. It probably, you know, hurt a lot. Not the most. I think the lining hurt the most. But this was actually my longest session other than the lining as well. Halfway through it, Mark was like, we'll finish today if we keep going. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, let's finish today. I couldn't believe that that was something that was, I don't know, something really, really good to hear. And I think it gave me that little extra boost of energy to keep going and get through the tattoo. Yesterday, Mark also added a couple new lines to the tattoo. The tattoo, you know, it has the girl with the hair, and Mark said if we added more hair, to the other side of the tattoo, it would frame it a lot better. So he took out the liner, he stenciled some hair from the existing side and just put that stencil down here and created like one piece to better frame the tattoo. And I totally agree. It goes into my shark tattoo a little bit, but I really like the way it came out and I'm glad he did it. You're such a diva. All right, are you comfortable like that? But obviously with the addition of the new pieces of hair, we had to line them and shade them and color them in all over again. But honestly, like when we were so close to the finish line, I was just like, do it. Yesterday, Mark also said that he wanted to add some power moves to the tattoo. And I was like practically dead, so I was like, yeah, do it. And he added a beauty mark to the girl with the liner. And then he added some like speckles to the skull to like really give it like a good look. And he also cracked open the skull and has like a little like red coming out of the skull, which is really cool. It is really different from the original painting, which has like a different girl and it has like a lot more of a softer feel. And my tattoo, I feel like, has like a fucking ton of elements, but I don't think it's too crowded. I don't think it's too loud. I mean, it's a full back tattoo. So I feel like with that, the eye or the person viewing it wants that like full impression. They want to look at it and be captivated by a lot of different elements. At least that's how I feel. Like, I love a full back tattoo that like, I don't want to sound cheesy, but like tells a story. And not even a story of like the person who owns it, but it just has a lot of different elements that kind of captivate a feeling. And although my tattoo isn't that comprehensive, it still like has the girl and she has the beauty mark. And then it has the monster and he has so many different elements. And now he has a big fat lip, which I'm into. And then the skull, and it's cracked and it's speckled and it has like different teeth. And I already have a Mark Cross skull right here. And I actually really like this glow of yellow that it has. I was thinking about that, like how cool is that? It's just kind of like, why is that there? But I always really liked that. So it's cool that the skull on my back is different than the skull on my forearm. And the rose on my back is different than the rose on my forearm, which is all cool. I mean, it could be exactly the same and I don't think it would really bother me because I feel like it would bring all the pieces together. It is a very, very vivid tattoo. So yesterday, Mark and I took a picture of the tattoo. Mark has like a really cool photo set up for finished tattoos at his shop. And the thing about the picture we took yesterday is a lot of the more subtle shades, like especially in the girl's face. There are shades that are like very subtle and there's like washes of gray that are coming out really, really dark in the picture just because they are mixed with like blood and my skin is really sensitive, so my skin is looking super red in the photo. So Mark took the photo and gave it to me, but he said he wants me to come back to get a finished photo just while everything is like really cooled out. Like, I know that my skin gets really, really red, like, and it could have been a mix of anything, like me being nervous for the photo, my skin would get really red, like my chest tends to get really red. So I'll show you the photo today and I'll post that picture on Instagram later if you want. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see the close-up picture on Instagram. That way you can zoom in on it. I want to get thumbs up on this video, so we'll see how that works out and then I'll post it. So I'm really excited to see it healed. Obviously on my own body, I want to see it healed. I have taken off the bandages and washed it, so I'm hoping even now some of those colors have cooled out and aren't as red as the photo. But I think Mark isn't going to post it on his own Instagram until I come back for a healed photo, which should be fine. Any excuse to go to New York and see Mark anyway. Sleeping last night was fine. I've been trying to sleep on my back because somebody told me sleeping on your face gives you wrinkles. So I'm like, let me sleep on my back. And I actually woke up on my back. So I think just sleeping on it was fine. I just like kind of dropped dead. And yesterday at class, I actually had my hair cut for the class. And having my hair cut yesterday didn't bother me. Like laying back in the shampoo bowl was fine. So without further ado, I'll show you guys the back tattoo as much as I can, but definitely give this video a thumbs up and you'll see the picture on my Instagram. I have sweatpants on. So this is actually the new shirt Mark gave me. If you are interested in this shirt, I'm sure he has them on his website. I love them, so I grabbed one. So let's see. Make sure my boobs are in. Sorry, I still have a hair on my lip from kissing Ethan. Yeah, I'm healing my normal method, so I'll leave my healing video down below if you want to check that out. And I'll leave all of the other videos from this series linked down below as well. Let me know if you have any questions about back tattoos, and maybe I can create some sort of video where I have all of the progress kind of in one, but today I just want to talk about the final session. And honestly, like I said, when he said the words, "We're gonna finish today," I trucked through this thing completely. So yeah, any sort of dialogue like that gets me going. But let me know how you feel. Give this video a thumbs up for that picture on the Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Qcknd. And thank you guys so much for all the support. I checked my Instagram yesterday and there were so many positive messages on there for me. And I love you guys so much for supporting me through this. Honestly, all of the hard sessions, I would look on here and you guys had such nice things to say. And everyone has been so supportive of the overall look, which is super cool. I was a little worried that the message behind the tattoo would kind of wouldn't translate. So all of you guys have been really cool about the whole thing, and I love you guys so much. I can't believe this is one of the most popular series on the channel, and it's because of you guys. I love you guys so much. And it's not the end. It's not the end. I think below where the tattoo points, I would love to get like 2 little images down there as well and just bring everything together. I love when tattoos are like kind of on the butt. I love that. I love you guys too. Subscribe if this is your first time ever on this channel. My back tattoo may be finished, but the tattoo discussion is every single week. Leave your comments down below. Any questions, any submissions for Tattoo Talk Tuesday, type a little something in that comment box and I'll be sure to check it out. I love you guys so much. Bye. Hey everybody, it is Qcknd. Welcome back to Tattoo Talk Tuesday. So I just woke up, kind of. I mean,